How y'all doing? I'm the Watchman, and this video right here is a quick look at astrology. And I want to ask the question, could you be an astrologer and not really realize it? Not even know? Could you be an astrologer? For many of us are, and we don't even know it. And before I get to that though, before I show you that, I want to ask the question about astrology. Because I used to look at horoscopes all the time, back in the day, and I used to thumb through it real quick, see what they say about character. I'd be like, nah, I don't believe it, I don't believe in it. But let them say something good, and my mood would actually change. I'd be thinking, well, something good might happen to me today. And many of us do this, and we think it's harmless, when really the repercussions is very great. The repercussions is very great. I want you to ask yourself this: who makes the rules for astrology? What I'm saying is, if you have a star right here, a star right here, and a star right here, you'll have an astrologer come out, he'll look at them, and he'll say, okay, this means that Capricorns are going to be feeling this way, and Gemini, this means that you're going to be doing this, and this, and this. Who makes those rules? Think about it. God doesn't. So who does? And another question I want you to ask yourself while we go over this with astrology is not only who makes the rules or who makes the guidelines, but what we find ourselves doing, unbeknownst, that you really don't realize, is you're letting the creation guide your life and not the creator. You're letting the creation, the stars, the heavens, what God created, guide you and not the creator. How can the creation guide you? Think about it. How can the creation guide you? But it's so sneaky and subliminal, the way it happens and the way it works, But this act of gazing at the stars, of living your life by how the stars look at night or how they appear during the day, goes way back in Old Testament times. It is nothing new, y'all. Nothing new. And that's why I wanted to bring up the fact of who wrote the book on astrology. Who said that Capricorns are this way, heady-minded, hard-headed, stubborn in this way, gifted in this way? Who wrote that book? Who said that? Because you know what? God tells me I can be whatever I choose. But if you live your life by those guidelines, I know some people say they'll do something and be like, that's because I'm a Gemini. Who said all Geminis have to be that certain way? No. See, that's the devil's trick of having you live your life according to some outline that he already had set up. According to some outline which somebody wrote years ago, Now you can be whoever you want to be, and you can make your day. Think about it, a horoscope. If a horoscope says you're going to have a horrible day, things of that nature, it's like a person's mind to just go gloomy sometimes, like, oh man, my horoscope was bad today. Life is what you make it, especially if your life is in the creator's hands. No little piece of paper, no star, the way a star's sitting, can tell you how your life is gonna go. Let's see what God says about astrologers. I want to read this one verse that's found in Isaiah chapter 47. Isaiah chapter 47. We're going to start at verse 12. He says, "Stand now with thy enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail." Lord said, okay, go ahead and stand with your sorceries, with your enchantments. You might prevail. Let's see if you're going to prevail. Then he says, verse 13, "Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Mm, mm, mm. Verse 14, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, there shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. If they can't, now tell me something, this what gets me about this verse. If these astrologers, these stargazers, this is the point God is trying to make, if they can't even save themselves, how can they save you? How can they save you? And it's definitely something to think about. If they, if the stars could tell you the future, wouldn't they be able to save themselves? Wouldn't they know destruction is coming and they won't be able to save themselves? If the stars could tell the future, wouldn't every astrologer be rich? Just like some common sense though, wouldn't every astrologer be rich? We have to be careful of, beloved, that we're not worshiping the creation over the creator. And that is what astrology and stargazing does. And to this point, now a good friend of mine named Selah Eldridge wanted me to make this video. And when she did, I'm glad she did, because a lot of us are stargazers and astrologers and don't even realize it. See, the devil has a group of people walking the earth right now that we call stars. Celebrities, idols, well, just like American Idol, but idols, people that we look up to, people that we put on a pedestal, call them stars. Now remember, the meaning of astrologer, an astrologer is a person who lives his life according to the stars. We have these celebrities that we call stars. The way these celebrities dress, you start dressing. The things they eat, we might try and eat. The way they act, we start to act. The way they cut their hair, they set the new trends, they set the new fashions. If one says something, we'll follow, we'll flock to go see them. So in essence, beloved, I want to ask you, are you a stargazer? Are you living your life according to the stars? Do you find yourself doing what the celebrities do? Do you find yourself listening to what they listen to? Do you find yourself living how they say to live? If you listen to certain songs long enough, you start to believe in whatever you're placing in your ear anyway. It's a dangerous trap and trick, beloved. Could you be an astrologer and not really realize it? I know I used to. When I was big on hip hop, the dress, I see, the way the clothes, I used to think I had a strong mind, but when I really look back on it and be honest with myself, oh wow, from my fatigues to my Timbs, they set the fashion. How many little young guys we seen with these so-called skinny leg jeans? How many people who love country and western, love the checkerboard, shirts, who dress. Are you living your life according to the stars? Are you a stargazer? Just food for thought. Food for thought. Y'all have a blessed day.